Welcome to World Fact Finder. In this episode, we will discuss 50 pretty awesome facts you'll love. Let's get started. Number 1. Canadian teen discovers spy parents. In 2010, a 16-year-old Canadian boy named Alexander Foley discovered that his parents were actually KGB spies living under the fake names Donald and Tracy. Number 2. Michael Phelps has won a record 23 Olympic gold medals. No other Olympian has won more than 9 as of August 2024. He has more gold medals than any other Olympian, has more total medals, and has more gold medals himself than approximately 60 countries. Number 3. In 1983, scientists created a machine that temporarily allowed people to see new colors outside the regular color space. It was an eye tracker device with vertical stripes of red and green, or yellow and blue, that tracked involuntary eye movements, adjusted mirrors to keep the image stable on the retina, and caused the edges between the stripes to disappear, allowing the colors to flow into each other in the brain's visual cortex and produce entirely new colors. Number 4. Usain Bolt's world record in the 100-meter sprint has stood for 15 years, which is longer than anyone has held the record in history, as of August 2024. Harold Davis had it for a little over 15 years. Usain Bolt is still under 15 years, but will likely eclipse it in a few months. Number 5. In the German town of Fuggerei, the rent has remained at 0.88 euros for an entire year, without an increase in 500 years. Wealthy banker Jakob Fugger established this town as a historic social housing complex in 1521 to assist Augsburg's impoverished residents. You might want to move here, but not everyone qualifies for residence here, as one must be Catholic, have lived in the city for at least 2 years, and be without debt. Number 6. Cigarette smoke in old sports photos. Old sports photos in the USA often have a blue haze to them because these sports arenas were filled with people smoking cigarettes. This is also why film sets now use hazers to recreate the same depth achieved by cigarette smoke in old pictures, which arguably enhances the lighting. Number 7. Punjabi men who immigrated to California in the early 20th century ended up marrying Mexican women because of shared cultural similarities and legal constraints on interracial marriage. Lawmakers did not allow Punjabi women to immigrate to the United States with their male counterparts because they did not want to spread the Punjabi population in California. This led to a unique Punjabi Mexican-American community where elements of both cultures blended. Number 8. Hugh Laurie shot his audition tape for House from a bathroom in Namibia because it was the only room with enough light. While filming Flight of the Phoenix, he was in the country, and his scruffy appearance became associated with his character. Consequently, he maintained a similar scruffy look for nearly the next decade. Number 9. Benjamin Franklin was fond of dating older women and famously wrote 8 reasons why they were better than their younger counterparts. Among these, he asserted that older women naturally provided birth control, were discreet, and were indistinguishable from younger women from the girdle downward. Number 10. Klaus Barbie, a Nazi war criminal hiding in Bolivia after World War II, was tricked into revealing his true identity during a fake interview by being asked a question in French, a language he wasn't supposed to understand. The United States government directly facilitated Barbie's escape from the law and protected him, despite France's criminal charges against him. As a result, Barbie did not stand trial in France in 1950, spending 33 years as a free man and fugitive from justice. Number 11. Snowpiercer's Fish Scene Deception. The distributor of the 2013 movie Snowpiercer requested that a fish scene be removed, but director Bong Joon-ho persuaded them to keep it in by falsely claiming his father was a fisherman and dedicating the scene to him. Bong's father was never a fisherman. Number 12. In 1881, when Billy the Kid, an infamous outlaw of the American Old West, learned Joe Grant, a gunslinger seeking fame, was coming to kill him, he sabotaged Grant's revolver. Grant attempted to shoot Billy in the face, and when the gun did not go off, Billy killed Grant. Number 13. There were experiments conducted in the 1950s where researchers gave their subjects manual control over the pleasure centers of their brains through the click of a button, wired to surgically implanted electrodes. One patient clocked up 1,500 doses in a 3-hour period, but overall, they showed surprising restraint. Unlike rats that underwent the same procedure, which self-administered to the point of exhaustion. Number 14. Between 1974 and 1990, North Korea tried to dig 4 tunnels under the demilitarized zone. And when South Korea discovered them, North Korea painted their walls black and pretended they were coal mines. One tunnel extended a mile through solid granite in a straight line to South Korea, despite the fact that coal does not occur in granite, making the claim particularly unconvincing. Number 15. In the 1980s, actress Alyssa Milano befriended Ryan White, a boy ostracized for having AIDS, who was a fan of her work. She appeared on The Phil Donahue Show alongside White and kissed him on the cheek to show that she could not contract the disease. Number 16. Tim Hortons employees arrested for drugs. In 2000, Tim Hortons employees in Halifax were arrested for selling drugs after a store manager noticed some drive-thru customers were ordering 15 packs of donuts. It was a code, since Tim Hortons doesn't sell 15 packs. Number 17. Around 40% of people have never had a nosebleed. Number 18. The only non-Euplets, 9 babies to survive birth, were born in 2021 in Morocco to parents from Mali. They are all healthy and thriving. They were reportedly naturally conceived and born in Morocco instead of Mali due to better chances of survival in Morocco. Number 19. In 2008, Chile minted tons of 50 peso coins that misspelled the name of their country as Chile. The mistake went unnoticed until 2009, leading to the firing of the responsible individual. Number 20. The creator of RC Cola developed his own formula because a Coca-Cola salesman refused to give him a reduced price for buying the syrup in bulk. Number 21. Michelangelo's revenge in Last Judgment. While Michelangelo was painting The Last Judgment, papal MC Biagio de Cesana spied on his work and complained that it was not worthy of the Sistine Chapel. In response, Michelangelo painted Biagio into the fresco as the depiction of Minos, the mythological judge of the dead in the underworld, being dragged to hell with a snake biting his penis. Number 22. New York City didn't use trash bins until they introduced them in 2023 to combat the notorious rat infestation and rancid smells. Number 23. Because the cement supporting the Yeti and Expedition Everest isn't perfect, Disney's largest and most expensive animatronic remains in stationary mode. Disney doesn't want to risk the animatronic moving and falling on guests. As of August 2024, Number 24. Despite the popular belief that women weren't allowed to watch the ancient Olympics because the athletes competed naked, only married women couldn't attend the competition. Unmarried women were welcome, and the priestess of Demeter even had a privileged spot. Number 25. Instead of using CGI, Tim Burton opted to use real squirrels in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The squirrels were trained for 10 months, and the filming was supervised by the American Humane Association to ensure none of them experienced distress. Number 26. Couple buys Washington town cheap. In 2010, a couple named Neil and Maddie Love purchased the town of Wakanda, Washington, for just $360,000. It is an unincorporated community, so there is no municipal or town government. Number 27. Before Saladin, the first Sultan of Egypt and Syria, and founder of the Ayyubid dynasty, died in 1193, he had given away all his wealth to his poor subjects. His estate by then only consisted of 1 piece of gold and 40 pieces of silver, which was not even enough to pay for his funeral. Number 28. During the Chinese Islamic insurgency in the 1860s and 1870s under the Qing dynasty, over 20 million people lost their lives. The rebels, primarily Hui Muslims from the provinces of Shanxi and Gansu, rose up against the Qing government in what became known as the Dungan Revolt. The conflict led to massive casualties, with one province losing 14 million people and the neighboring province losing 6 million. Number 29. In 2017, Harvard scientists were able to store a GIF animation of a galloping horse in bacteria's DNA. A GIF, graphics interchange format, is a type of image file that supports animated sequences. This particular GIF was not just any animation, it was the first movie ever made, titled The Horse in Motion, which was shot in 1878. Number 30. Because of their naturally amiable personalities, the Samoyed breed of dogs makes poor security dogs. They don't attack dangers, they simply smile and growl at them. Number 31. Captain Cook's maps used until 20th century. Some of the maps created by British explorer Captain James Cook, known for his extensive voyages during the 18th century, remained in use until the mid-20th century due to their remarkable accuracy and continued relevance even after 200 years. Number 32. Before the American Civil War, the United States had 8,000 different kinds of money in circulation. The value of the same banknote varied depending on its location. Number 33. Approximately 2,600 years ago in China, a prophet predicted that an ill king named Duke Jing of Jin would not live to eat the next harvest. When the new harvest was ready, the king remembered the prophecy as he was about to eat. He killed the seer, experienced a stomachache before eating, went to the restroom, fell in, and died. Number 34. The UK Bill of Rights of 1688 forbids a standing army without Parliament's approval, necessitating the reauthorization of the armed forces every 5 years. Number 35. In women's Olympic gymnastics, under the perfect 10 scoring system, 7 female gymnasts have achieved a perfect 10. However, no one has received a perfect score since the scoring system changed in 2006. Number 36. Teddy Roosevelt's accidental presidency. Teddy Roosevelt became vice president because of his support for antitrust reform, as conservatives believed the VP had little power. However, 6 months into the term, President McKinley was assassinated, and Roosevelt became president. ushering in an unprecedented era of antitrust and labor reforms. He implemented regulations and government oversight that would eventually become the FDA. Number 37. At the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, at least one-third of the U.S. cycling team engaged in a practice known as blood doping, where athletes increase their red blood cell count by transfusing their own stored blood or using someone else's. This practice enhances endurance and performance. The American cycling team went on to win 9 medals. Number 38. Scientists at the Allen Telescope Array always keep champagne in their fridge in case they discover signs of extraterrestrial life. Number 39. In 1184, 60 noblemen died after a wooden floor collapsed at the Petersburg Citadel in Erfurt, Germany, causing them to fall into a latrine cesspit filled with liquid waste that hadn't been emptied for some time. Their deaths were caused by drowning. King Henry VI was present, but he miraculously survived because he sat on a stone section of the wall rather than on the wooden floor. Number 40. Douglas Adams came up with the idea for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy while lying drunk in a field, holding a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to Europe. Number 41. Canadian native boy lynched by mob. In 1884, a 14-year-old Canadian native boy named Louis Sam was accused of a murder and was subsequently lynched by an American mob led by 2 men who were likely the real murderers. Number 42. In 1976, a plane carrying 6,000 pounds of marijuana crashed in Yosemite National Park. Climbers in Yosemite Valley heard the news, and it sparked a miniature gold rush, with up to 20 people searching the frozen crash site. Much of the weed was salvaged, smoked, or sold before park rangers caught on. Number 43. Macaques possess the right vocal anatomy to perform human speech. However, they lack the intelligence to do so. Number 44. Some bodybuilders purchase breast milk on the internet, believing it helps them bulk up due to its perceived nutrient density and trace amounts of human growth hormone. However, while breast milk is indeed nutrient-dense for a baby, it is not a significant source of nutrition for an adult. It primarily consists of sugar, some lipids, and a small amount of protein. Number 45. Burger King launched an advertising campaign in 2020 that featured a picture of a moldy Whopper to showcase their burger's lack of preservatives. This unconventional advertising method proved successful, increasing sales by 14%, according to multiple sources. Number 46. Hatley Castle's expensive upkeep issues. Coal baron James Dunsmuir envisioned a medieval castle for his retirement and built Hatley Castle on Vancouver Island in 1911. It was like a small city with over 100 residents and servants. However, none of his children could afford the $1,500 monthly upkeep, leading to its sale for $260,000. Numerous TV shows and movies have since featured this iconic castle. Number 47. Regardless of their size, submarines typically refer to themselves as boats rather than ships due to naval tradition. Number 48. Albert Kahn, an industrial architect based in Detroit, designed 19% of all factories built in 1937. He also opened an architectural school in Russia and, in 1941, received the 8th highest salary in the USA, amounting to $486,936. The Willow Run Bomber Plant was the last building he designed. Number 49. A popular French slang for having your period is Les Anglais ont débarqué, which translates to the English have landed. Number 50. Obesity results in more chronic health issues overall than smoking, drinking, or poverty. All of these issues negatively impact health. But obesity is associated with a broader range of chronic health issues. Thanks for watching. Like and comment if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications so you don't miss the next interesting facts. See you in our next video.